Hi, welcome to What's Up with DJ Now. Today we're making easy slow cooker mac and cheese. Here's the supplies we'll be using. Stay tuned. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. If you can like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and use our noodles here and put them right into the crock pot. We're using 16 ounces. We're just going to make sure they're spread out evenly on the bottom. I'm just throwing in a little bit of extra I had from a previous time. Not that many, I just wanted to use them up. They're a different size, but it doesn't matter. Next, we're going to be using our 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. Now, I've shredded my own because it always melts better and it tastes a little better, but you can use the pre-shredded stuff in the bag as well. I'm using Tillamook cheese. I love Tillamook. Spread that out on the bottom. And then next we're going to use 1 stick of butter, which is 1/2 cup. And we're just going to open that and stick that right on the top. You could go ahead and slice it up if you'd like, or you can just put it in there whole, whichever you prefer. The next thing is going to be our 8-ounce block of cream cheese cut up into 4 cubes. And you just want to kind of dole those out evenly on the top. And we're going to be doing 2 cans of evaporated milk. The next thing will be 2 cups of milk, regular milk. Whole milk is the best. I already had that pre-measured out in my pourer cup. This is a new recipe I've never tried, so I wanted to try it. Now I'm adding in my black pepper. So this is my first time doing it as well. I've seen someone else doing it and thought I'd give it a try. Okay, I'm doing garlic powder, and just put in according to what you feel that is a good amount. I would say no more than a teaspoon or so. Now I'm adding 1 teaspoon of paprika. This is optional, you don't have to do it. If you don't like paprika, then don't do it. Completely optional and up to you. Now we're going to stir this as good as we can. It's kind of hard because the noodles and all the different textures in there, but just stir it basically a little bit because we're going to come back and stir it after it's cooked a little bit as well, but just give it a rough stir here if you can. So do you all love macaroni and cheese? I don't really make it that often. I'm not like a big macaroni cheese lover type person, but I did see this easy recipe and I thought I'd give it a try. It seemed very interesting. Okay, now we're going to take a little bit of Parmesan cheese and we're just going to sprinkle some of that on the top after you've stirred it up. Now we're going to go ahead and put our lid on. And we're going to set this on high for 3 hours, is what the person said to do. So I'm just following what they did. And then we're going to come back after an hour and a half and we're going to stir it. So now it's been an hour and a half. Let's go ahead and stir it up a little bit. It was really boiling there, so I'm kind of questioning the whole high setting, but like I said, I was doing exactly what the recipe said, just to see how it's doing. It was a little hard to stir, sticking in some places on the crock pot. I did forget to spray it, so that might be why. So you may want to make sure and spray your pot before you start. That's one step I didn't do. She didn't say she sprayed hers, but probably should have, just to be safe. But I got it stirred around after I worked it a little bit, so that's fine. And then we're going to get the lid back on, and now we're going to come back an hour and a half later. And this is after it's absorbed a lot of the liquid. Giving it a rough stir here. And I'm going to add a little bit of more cheese on top, just for melting purposes. This is completely optional. You don't have to do this. And this macaroni and cheese is not a wet type of macaroni and cheese, if you know what I mean. It's more of a drier type macaroni and cheese, not dry in a bad way, just different texture. It's not as liquidy as some macaroni and cheeses. So now I've come back, and then here's how it looks with the cheese melted on top. I'm going to go ahead and serve some out into the bowl. And then I almost threw it right out of the bowl the first time. So you'll see what I mean, that it's not that typical, sometimes real wet type texture of macaroni and cheese. It's more like the drier version of it, and not in a bad way dry, just mean not as liquidy as some macaroni and cheese. So keep that in mind when you make it. Oh, and I did change the last hour and a half to low. I didn't keep it on high. I only did high for the first hour and a half, and then I changed it to low. Now I'm going to go ahead and garnish this up with a little bit of bacon bits, because I thought that would be good. Real bacon pieces. Those are from Kirkland, from Costco, the Kirkland brand. Really good bacon pieces if you ever need bacon pieces at home. I'm going to put a little bit of parsley for color, and also tastes good too. Again, all optional. You don't have to garnish it with anything at all. I was just trying to make it a little bit better. Let's get some close-ups of it so you can see how it looks. Thank you for watching. If you want to stay tuned and see my Sammy, this is my baby boy. He always comes for his taste test. He's my quality control expert. And I want to really thank you for watching. I hope you will subscribe and click like and comment. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Take care.